All right, welcome back to the show. Remember, catch us online 24/7 at ctnow.com/stand. We are officially 12 months and counting to the 2012 presidential elections. Here with Chris Healy, former Connecticut State Republican Chair, Corey Brinson, Hartford Republican Councilman, attorney, right? Two Republicans, no Democrats here, so you guys have your way now. I know right now the perception is that the president is vulnerable. But truth be told, if the election's held today, who wins?
I think the Republican wins.
Which one?
Anyone.
Oh, come on, Chris Healy. Anyone?
Well, I think Mitt Romney or Governor Perry, I think, would win. But elections aren't held today. They're held in a year. I don't even believe most of the polls that you read now, in a sense, because there's a lot of fluctuation. What hasn't changed is over the last couple of years, people are holding on for dear life economically. Our economy is growing at a snail's pace. People are out of work, both at the white-collar and blue-collar level. There's lots of unsettledness in the real estate market. People's homes are underwater. There's been no job creation here in Connecticut, but also around the country to speak of. Those are very difficult facts for Barack Obama to deal with.
Is it fair to blame the president? I mean, when he came in now, there was a 10-year period with a net zero increase in jobs.
This is his economy. After 3 years, this is his economy. He, as Corey knows, he spent almost $1 trillion on stimulus that stimulated nothing except more debt and merely make work jobs and bad investments in Solyndra and other awful investments that didn't create anything. Government can't create private sector jobs. Never has, never will. And I think people are seeing that more and more. Republicans, though, have to offer a positive, specific solution to that, and I think they have. A lot of the candidates have.
Can't the president say, listen, guys, it's a global economy. Look at France, look at Italy, look at Greece. The U.S. is just a reflection of the world. I'm doing my best. I've only had 3 years. Corey Brinson.
80% of Americans don't have passports. They don't care what's happening around the world. They care what's happening in their local town. They care what's happening in their states. And what's happening around America is people are out of work and they're upset. I mean, to go back to your first comment about whether a Republican would win if the election was today, the problem Barack Obama is going to have in 2012 is that the youth vote, the African American vote, the energy and the charisma that he had that drove that vote out won't be excited. It won't be electrified like it was. And so Barack Obama won the white vote with young voters. That group isn't going to come out as strong this time. African American voters won't come out in the same numbers. So Barack Obama promised a lot, but a lot of people in their neighborhoods don't feel the change that he promised.
If anything, I think many young people may vote against Barack Obama because they're coming into the workforce and there's no opportunities for them because the economy is so stalled.
Do they blame him, though?
Well, they have to blame someone, obviously, because they're young. As we all know, we always blame someone when we're young. But the unemployment rate in the African American community, the Hispanic community, is even higher than it is in the white community. And that's really bad news for Barack Obama. So his core base has to, as you say, I mean, elections are all about who's more excited, who's more motivated. Right. People are motivated by their self-interest. There's nothing wrong with that. There are a lot of people that are holding on to their jobs and they don't think the things are going to get better, not only for themselves, but for their children. And that poll shows up. It's the first time since the Second World War that people actually feel that future generations are going to be denied opportunities. And that's what we're all in this for.
What if Obama says, listen, right now I will plead the fifth or at least take my hit on the economy, but look what I'm doing as far as the foreign situation. Gaddafi is dead. Bin Laden is dead.
Listen,
I'm bringing those troops down. Now here's something extraordinary in the war. $800 billion spent in the Iraq war. $800 billion, almost $1 trillion.
Right.
I mean, that's a lot of money when you talk about what's wrong with the country. So what if he says, listen, I'm trying to handle this foreign thing. I'm doing pretty good there. Give me a chance to set my legs and throw some punches on the economy.
Barack Obama, I think, gets good marks, high marks on the foreign policy. I think everything you outlined there. Obviously, there could be criticisms, but surely Gaddafi, Osama bin Laden, getting out of Iraq. However,
even engaged with the military. That's something he promised he would do. He did. He's going to have that vote, I would think, right?
He will get some votes from that. But overall, young people, white collar, blue collar, like Chris said, people of all ethnicities are out of work, and that's going to be the #1 issue going into the presidential election, that the number of people out of work, especially in our African American Latino communities, is enormous, and somebody's got to be held accountable for that. So that all those things won't matter much to someone who's struggling to make ends meet, and that's where I think Barack Obama's going to be in trouble.
I think he gave him great points on the fight against terror, but he still has a couple of weaknesses. One, he's got to come to grips with Iran. He refuses to. Iran gets stronger every day, gets more deadly every day. Secondly, he has to repair the relationship with the State of Israel. He was caught on an open mic yesterday being derogatory towards the Prime Minister of Israel. Whatever you feel about him, don't be sharing that with the French president over an open mic. So he's got some fence building to do here. I will give him high marks for doing things, in fact, much better than Bush did, listening to the military. But people vote their pocketbooks, Stan. You and I both know that, and that's the problem he's got to face.
In a minute, you guys are having good stuff here. In a minute, though, the Republican candidates, the alternative, right now the front runner, depending on who you look at, Herman Cain. Got some serious issues right now. Talk to me about Herman Cain. Is he a viable candidate now, or is he done toast with all these allegations coming out?
I think he's viable in the sense that he speaks clearly and he's not a politician, and that's resonating with many elements.
Can he beat Obama?
Well, I don't think he's a serious candidate. Okay. I mean, he doesn't have the I hate using that word.
How could he be viable but not serious?
Because it's all poll-driven right now. Once you start voting in Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, you need to develop a political organization around your message, which is very positive. He hasn't done that. He's on a book tour.
But in 30 seconds, if you have a guy who's your front runner right now who's viable but not serious, doesn't that help Obama?
Nothing really helps Obama right now unless the economy turned around on a dime, and it won't with his policy still in place. I'm sorry.
I think Mitt Romney ultimately gets the endorsement, and I think he'll beat Barack Obama in 2012.
Why? Real quick. What's he bringing to the table?
Mitt Romney is a businessman, and he's going to outdo Barack Obama in the presidential debates, and it's going to make all the difference.
Self-made millionaire. Some say he's John Kerry on the GOP side, though, right, as far as the flip-flop.
What is wrong with being a successful person? Mitt Romney is a successful person.
I'm saying that's what he brings to the table.
We need more people. We need to cherish and respect people that have gone out and been risk takers and created jobs and opportunities, not people that.
I didn't mean as derogatory. I didn't mean that he was a businessman, but his issue is he's been known as a flip-flopper. I didn't mean that he's rich as a bad thing.
I think he has. Seriously, I think he has some work to do on that. Absolutely.
All right, guys, got to bring you back. Thanks for your time. We're out of time here. When we return, folks, our relationship guru, T.C. Brantley, returns to tell us why a very high-profile marriage, you know what I'm talking about, was doomed from the beginning. Don't go away.